A huge sigh of relief for India's rural economy. The Met Department says that the monsoon has gained momentum in the last 3 days and has covered the whole of south and eastern India. Party men become ministers. Here a minister has become a party member. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar officially joins the ruling BJP 25 days after becoming a cabinet minister. No more Gadbandhan experiments in Uttar Pradesh. Mayawati says the BSP will contest all the upcoming elections alone. Also questions the attitude of the Samajwadi Party. Legal troubles for Congress President Rahul Gandhi. A Ranchi court summons him over his comments on Prime Minister Modi. In Mumbai, a complaint is filed against his Yoga Day tweet. After disbanding its Karnataka unit, the Congress dissolved district committees in Uttar Pradesh on the basis of proposals by Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Jyotiraditya Scindia. The Congress will depute a 2-member team to oversee election preparations in assembly seats which are due for bypolls. The poll panel refuses to disclose dissent notes of Election Commissioner Ashok Lavasa, says the information might endanger the life of an individual. Lavasa had written these notes regarding the model code violations by Prime Minister Modi during the election campaign. RBI Deputy Governor Viral Acharya quits 6 months before the end of his tenure. Acharya will return to his academic position at Stern School of Business. He'd been a vocal proponent of autonomy of India's central bank. Good evening and welcome to India Watch. I'm Palki Sharma Upadhyay. It's an action-packed Monday. On this show, we bring you the biggest headlines from India, the latest updates and unbiased analysis. Let's bring you up to speed with what's happening in this country. We're starting with what India's opposition parties are up to. They refuse to take any lessons from the past, it seems. The 2019 election results were a bitter pill to swallow for the dynasts in this country. Most of them lost the election. But Mayawati does not seem to care. At least that's the message she has sent with the rejig in her party, the BSP, the Bahujan Samaj Party. Her brother, Mayawati's brother Anand Kumar, and nephew Akash Anand have been given plum positions in her party. One has been appointed the vice president, the other is now national coordinator of the Bahujan Samaj Party. Why now, you may ask? Mayawati has suffered a huge election defeat. She may be trying something new now. And she wants to surround herself with loyalists. That's what some observers believe. Remember, Uttar Pradesh is heading for assembly bypolls in more than 10 constituencies. Mayawati has already announced that the BSP will contest alone in this election on all the seats. She broke up her alliance with the Samajwadi Party soon after the 2019 results came out. The alliance did not last for even 2 weeks after that. In a tweet today, she formally ended ties with the SP. Mayawati said that her party will contest all elections, big or small, on its own henceforth. So what's her plan now? Mayawati hopes to attract the youth to revive her party cadre. The appointment of her nephew, Akash Anand, is a step in that direction. Akash was a prominent face in Mayawati's Lok Sabha campaign as well. He made his political debut in 2017. Remember, violence had broken out in Saharanpur then, and Akash Anand had accompanied his aunt Mayawati for a visit to the area, signalling his political entry of sorts. Now, reports say that Mayawati has been grooming him since then. And this official designation signifies his growing influence in the party. After the BSP and SP announced their alliance for the general election, Akash became more active. His claim to fame, in fact, is Mayawati's entry on Twitter. Of course, you need more than sharp tweets to win elections. But for now, Mayawati looks set to invest in Akash Anand. We'll hear more about him in the days ahead. The BJP says that Mayawati's dynasty is now taking shape. She seems to have forgotten the reality that stares before many of her political peers, the dynasties and the fate they've suffered, considering what happened in the general election. Akash Anand and his father Anand Kumar have their task cut out. What doesn't work in their favor is the fact that they've never contested an election. Both the father-son duo have not fought any election so far. In fact, let's look at some recent examples of how dynasts have performed in elections. Most of these leaders, if not all, lost on their safe seats. Take the case of Jyotiraditya Scindia. He lost to BJP's KP Yadav in the stronghold of Guna in Madhya Pradesh. Jyotiraditya Scindia is the son of Madhav Rao Scindia. After his father's death, he contested from Guna and won 3 times. Not this time. In Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav's wife Dimple Yadav lost in Kannauj. She was defeated by the BJP's Subrat Pathak by more than 10,000 votes. In Bihar, Lalu's daughter Meesa Bharti lost in Patliputra. She was defeated by a margin of 40,000 votes. She had lost on the same seat in 2014 as well, but the RJD fielded her again, and this time she was up against Ram Kripal Yadav. The result was the same, defeat. In the high-profile constituency of South Mumbai, Milind Deora suffered a defeat as well. This seat was once considered a stronghold of the Congress party, but that is no longer the case. Milind Deora lost the election by more than 74,000 votes. Even endorsements from top businessmen of India could not turn the tide in its favour. And all these cases, all these examples pale when compared to Amethi and Rahul Gandhi. Smriti Irani inflicted the biggest damage on dynasts in this election. Rahul Gandhi lost Amethi by a margin of more than 55,000 votes. Many other family-based enterprises tanked this year. Let's look at some other star failures. Dipinder Hooda of the Congress party lost in Rohtak. His father, Bhupinder Hooda of the Congress, lost from Sonipat, both in Haryana. Mehbooba Mufti of the PDP lost from Anantnag. Nikhil Kumaraswamy, son of Karnataka Chief Minister Kumaraswamy of JDS, lost from Mandya in Karnataka. Priya Dutt, daughter of Sunil Dutt, lost from Mumbai North Central. And K. Kavita, daughter of Telangana's Chief Minister, lost from Nizamabad. And then some dynasts won as well, but only on account of robust organisation and smart alliances, not because their family controlled their constituency. Cases in point, Harsimrat Kaur, daughter-in-law of former Punjab Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal of the SAD, she won from Bhatinda. P. Chidambaram's son Karti Chidambaram won from Shivaganga in Tamil Nadu. It was only because of a strong DMK-Congress alliance. Poonam Mahajan of the BJP won from Mumbai North Central. Varun Gandhi of the BJP won Pilibhit. His mother Menaka Gandhi rested Sultanpur in Uttar Pradesh. Farooq Abdullah of the National Conference won from Srinagar because of a smart alliance with the Congress party, and Gaurav Gogoi, son of former Chief Minister of Assam Tarun Gogoi, won Kaliapur because of the organizational strength of the Congress party. Clearly, the 2019 verdict displayed the electorate's aversion to dynastic politics. Though family in the Indian culture still continues to play an important role, the voter of India seems to admire leaders who are either averse to dynasts or are leaders without families to promote. Narendra Modi, Naveen Patnaik, Nitish Kumar, Mamata Banerjee, this list has been growing. And herein lies the irony, because liberal politics is based on the principle of social mobility. Liberal politics is against the idea of entitlement based on birth. Unfortunately, all parties which claim to be liberal in India have turned dynastic. On the other hand, we have the BJP. It's a conservative party. It opened venues for the fastest political mobility in India. You didn't have to be somebody's son or daughter to make it big in the BJP at one point. In fact, it can be said that the BJP is the only party which has not surrendered itself to the pressures of dynasty and refuses to label itself as liberal. Food for thought there. Now, this is a story we've been reporting, the water crisis in India, especially in Maharashtra. Parts of the state reeled under water shortage for weeks. Lakhs of people lived at the mercy of water tankers. Last month, the central government even issued a drought advisory to the state of Maharashtra. The advisory said that water shortage in the dams was at a critical level. It said that Maharashtra should use water judiciously. As I said, we've reported all of this in the past, so why am I repeating it? Here's why. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has been declared a defaulter. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, the BMC, which is the municipal body of Mumbai, has declared the Chief Minister a defaulter. He's not paid his water bills. And it's not only Fadnavis, some 18 members, including Maharashtra's Finance Minister Sudhir Mungantiwar and Health Minister Eknath Shinde, have also defaulted on the payment of water bills. Fadnavis's official residence, the Varsha Bungalow, has defaulted on water bills, and listen to this, bills worth more than 7 lakh rupees. The Chief Minister's bungalow has 6 water connections. These details emerged after an RTI, that is Right to Information application, was filed, and this is what they found.
दुष्काल होने के बाद, सूखा घोषित होने के बावजूद भी सीएम के बंगले पे 60-70 हज़ार का हर महीने का पानी बर्बाद किया जा रहा है, तो इसके ऊपर सवाल होना ही चाहिए, क्योंकि सीएम तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि पानी पीते भी होंगे वर्षा बंगले का। उनके तो घर में ज़्यादातर मिनरल वाटर आता होगा, तो सिर्फ अब नहाने के लिए इसके लिए 60-70 हज़ार का हर महीने का पानी का बिल बर्बाद करे तो बहुत ही दुखद बात है।
Now, Maharashtra is battling its fourth drought in the last 5 years. The rural economy has been hit hard by the water shortage. Water levels in the state have fallen by more than 6%. This RTI comes ahead of assembly elections in the state. It's due for elections this year. And this has the potential to hurt the NDA combined. Predictably, the issue also attained a political color in Maharashtra. Opposition party, the NCP, has come down hard on the Chief Minister. They've even offered to pay the water dues on behalf of the Chief Minister. Soon after the story gathered steam, the State Public Works Department, PWD, issued a clarification. It says that the Chief Minister and the 18 ministers paid their water dues in November 2018 itself, but the process was stalled because of a difference between the bills cleared earlier and the ones received in May this year, whatever that means. The PWD basically says that the process of clearing dues is still on, and all that is fine. But this clarification also raised more questions. It said that bills are issued in the names of bungalows, not in the names of individuals. So is it wrong to say that the bills were kept pending by any particular person? This is tricky. After all, the Varsha bungalow is the Chief Minister's official residence. So isn't the Chief Minister then responsible for this rather avoidable episode? And there's another question. Is the Public Works Department trying to firefight on behalf of the government? If they're doing so, they're doing a rather shoddy job of it. And now a story with a huge significance, a story that shows India's place in the new world order. The United Kingdom, which once colonized India, is now berating its own government for failing to engage with India. Let me give you some context. It is no secret that the UK is in a mess. The Brexit saga has already claimed 2 prime ministers. There is immense uncertainty and no solution in sight. Now, London has long been talking about prioritizing relations with India. They want better relations with Delhi. But, of course, the British government has bigger fish to fry right now. There's a race to replace Theresa May as Prime Minister. In the middle of all of this, a parliamentary report in the UK has pulled up the government. This report says that Britain is falling behind in the global race to engage with India. The report is titled Building Bridges, Reawakening UK-India Ties. This report says that the UK failed in its strategy to fit India's enhanced influence and power on the world stage. Note the words. The report calls for a reset of ties, better visa policies, it says, easier immigration laws for Indians. Now, this report was released to coincide with the first ever India Day in the British Parliament. This week, from June 24th, that's today, to June 28th, will also be marked as the UK-India Week 2019. Clearly, they're making all the right noises, because India's clout as a rising economic power cannot be ignored anymore. Its huge market makes India the ideal destination for businesses. And that's why Western countries and foreign investors are making a beeline to increase their presence in India. The report speaks about certain key issues. And listen to this. Indians face tougher visa norms than the Chinese. This is all part of the report. And China is a communist dictatorship, while India is a functioning democracy. A statement of facts. The report also says that there is no excuse for such migration policies. The report acknowledges the contribution of Indians to the British economy. So what is the remedy? Here's what it suggests. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office, the FCO, should bring out a broader government migration policy. Such a policy should aim to protect bilateral ties with India and make it easy for Indians to work and study in the UK. Basically, it says, facilitate better engagement with India. Britain has been talking on these lines for many years now. In July last year, the House of Commons launched a year-long inquiry titled Global Britain and India. This inquiry concentrated on exploring India-UK ties in the context of Brexit. Now, Britain wants a free trade agreement with India, just like it wants one with the US. The thinking in the power corridors of London is fairly straightforward. One, the Indian Ocean is a vital area of cooperation with India. And two, the UK's ties with China should not hurt its engagement with India. The UK wants to tap into India's economic growth. But the point to note here is prioritize ties with India over China. And that's a strong message to be put in a government report. But political messaging aside, what about ground realities? What about the facts? Let's look at the trade data for one. According to official data, the UK's exports to India increased at the fastest rate in 2018. There was a 19.3% hike in goods and services trade. The European Union is India's largest trade partner, and India is the EU's 9th biggest trade partner. The EU accounted for 13% of India's total trade in goods in 2017, and India accounts for 2.3% of the EU's total trade. India's services sector has attracted huge FDI from Europe. The UK has been a major contributor. It is among India's main trading partners from the EU bloc. Clearly, both sides have benefited in this relationship. But trade talks between India and the European Union have been a stop-start affair. And this is where the UK wants to gain advantage. It wants stronger ties with India to offset losses from Brexit. And this not only demonstrates India's importance, it is also an admission that Britain has been less than enthusiastic about Indians when it comes to visas. As the Indian economy grows in size, Britain will have to change its attitude and its laws. And they've said as much in black and white. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, meanwhile, is all set to attend the G20 summit in the Japanese city of Osaka. He will have a jam-packed schedule as he will hold bilateral and multilateral meetings on issues like financial stability, World Trade Organization reform, black money, terrorism. A lot of things are part of the PM's agenda. The G20 meet is extremely important. It includes economies that collectively account for 90% of the world GDP. The gross world product, in fact, it accounts for 80% of the world trade, 2/3 of the world population, and approximately half of the world land area. Prime Minister Modi, Chinese President Xi Jinping, Russian President Vladimir Putin, and other BRICS leaders will hold talks opposing unilateralist and protectionist trade policies of the Americans. The three leaders had recently met during the SCO summit, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan. China, in fact, seeks to build a strong opposition against US President Donald Trump. India has recently announced retaliatory trade tariffs against the US. It covers 28 products, including apples and almonds. Basically, a lot to discuss in Japan later this week, and we'll, of course, be bringing you ground reports from there. But here's something else that we're looking at. Come July, it will be 20 years since the Kargil War, and the Indian Air Force is gearing up to celebrate it in style. The IAF virtually turned the Gwalior Air Base to a conflict theatre. Some crucial milestones in Operation Vijay were being reenacted at the Gwalior base. The Tiger Hill attack was also symbolically recreated. The IAF used the Mirage 2000 aircraft, and explosives were in fact used to blow up a model hill for this purpose. 5 Mirage 2000s, 2 MiG-21s and 1 Sukhoi MKI have been kept on static display. One of these 5 Mirage 2000 showcased the Spice bomb carrier, the same bomb that was used in the Balakot airstrike 4 months ago. The anniversary celebrations will be spread out over 3 days, from July 25th to 27th. But officials have been planning additional events in the build-up to the event. Several activities have been planned across the country from the first week of July. In Delhi, the commemoration will begin on the 14th of July. A victory flame will be illuminated from the National War Memorial in the capital, and it will traverse through 11 cities before being merged with the eternal flame in the Kargil War Memorial in Dras. The Kargil War, remember, took place between May and July 1999. It began with Pakistani soldiers infiltrating into Indian positions at the LOC in the disguise of terrorists. Pakistan initially said that it had no role to play in the conflict before its involvement was exposed. India then launched Operation Vijay and reclaimed the positions infiltrated by Pakistan at the line of control and forced Pakistan to withdraw from Indian positions. It was a remarkable achievement for India, and that's because it was a high-altitude war which posed difficulties to both sides. It's also a case of direct conventional war between two countries which both were in possession of nuclear weapons. In fact, let's take a look at some of the highlights of that conflict, the Kargil conflict.